we were supposed to start at 11:40, and it's past 11:40, so we make do with the few we have here, the rest we join us as we go along. On this note, I would like to welcome you all to the presidential debate between our two noble candidates who were bold enough to apply when the announcement was made. Almost 200 students, only 2 of them were bold enough to apply. And after going through the vetting, they were successful. So today, they will be here to tell us what they have for us. On behalf of the election committee, which we are made up of myself, Ernest, Tracy, as you see standing here, our sister Martha, nobody knows, it's true, but yeah, Martha, our brother Nyasha, and our able technical advisor, everything, Andre. Yeah, the 5 of us constitute the election committee, and we have put together this debate so that our candidates will tell us what they have. So in order not to waste much time, I'll leave the microphone to the moderator, who happens to be our own sister Tracy, to moderate the program. So on that note, shall we give her a hand of applause?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming out. As Ernest, or election committee chairperson, did the introduction already of the members. I'm going to invite the candidates, presidential candidates, to take their seats here. Candidate number 1, Carrie, and candidate number 2, David. Okay, so for today's debate, we're going to have a short performance. The candidates will be allowed to introduce themselves, give their manifesto, what they intend to do, their vision, their mission, so on. They will have 5 minutes each to do that. Then the committee has some questions that they will select from, and they'll answer the questions accordingly. Then the candidates will be allowed to ask each other questions. And following that, we'll take questions from the audience. So prepare your questions so that once we reach to the audience section, you'll have your questions to ask them. Okay? Alright, so to begin, we're going to ask Carrie to come forward and do her introduction and give her manifesto as well. Put your hands together for Carrie.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming here today. I know some of you just finished their class, and some may not have taken their brunch, lunch, or whatever food that is you have to take, a meal for today. Okay. On another note, welcome, Paula. Welcome, Mitra. On another note, it is a very wonderful opportunity for me to stand here today to be a part of the candidate. Thank you so much. As some of you may have known, I was the student council representative for the IDC major, and this is my 3rd semester. I'm also a Filipino who had been living abroad, let's say 9 years in Thailand, and 3 years running here in Korea. So, being with that background, I have seen the opportunity and the positive things that could happen here in PSPS. Being that here in PSPS, we are all blessed to come together with different culture and background, and it is a really, really awesome experience to be a part of that. Therefore, this motivated me to run as a president, because I know that we can do a lot of things. In my previous school, my professor once said, in reality, there is no boundary. And I have seen this as well in my 2 semesters here. There has been a division between Asia and Africa. this issue has been there. And when I think of it, I always ask myself, similarly to what the professor said, um, where is that boundary? Do we really see a wall dividing us all? Do we? Do you see it? No. So this encouraged me and inspired me to run, because here we are all leaders, and the PSPS aims for us to be united. Therefore, as a candidate, I am aiming to unite all of the students because we are one. And at the same time, I am aiming for student empowerment. In the PSPS, we often have, well, we always had male leaders. This is a history for now. This will be a change. Well, let's say women empowerment this time. And we have studied in our Saemaul how women played a very important role in the development of Korea. I'm not saying this that women are better. We are all the same. Men are also good. The advantage being that it's time for us to experience a change. Let us gather together and take the risk with me for a change. And at the same time, empowerment, and I want to envision the student council, the student body, us as a whole, to have an egalitarian society where just because, assuming that you have a position, we all have a position back home in our country, and right now, PSPS, we're all equal. I have often experienced this, that some people would come to me and say, oh, you're a student council, you should do this, you should do that. But for me, you should not think that way. We are all equal here. If you have a problem to address, you can address it also. Therefore, I want that to happen. I want to see that happen in PSPS. So in summation, my vision that I want to see in the student council, in the student body, is that unity, united, empowerment, and then equal society, egalitarianism. And in order to do that, I have things, my activities would include activities that would engage the students to share their culture. So that would include, aside from activities, team building skills such as games, which we often does, which everybody enjoys as well, we would be having culture sharing, something that we all can learn from each other. And at the same time, from that, we can build relationship and bonds that we can bring together at home. I think that is my cue, and thank you so much for your attention.
Alright, so we have heard from Carrie, her intentions, her experience. Now we're going to hear from David, again introducing himself and giving us his vision, mission, and so on. Put your hands together for David. Put your hands together.
Good afternoon, everybody. Usually I don't prefer using these technologies because I'm out there enough. I will put it aside.
No, we need to. Because we just...
My name's Kakono David Mabura. I'm a public student, public policy and leadership student, third semester. Professionally, I'm a lawyer, legal practitioner. In other countries, they call them baristas. In other countries, they call them solicitors. In other countries, we call them commissioner of oath and notarial, practicing licensed in East African countries. I come from Tanzania. So, I've not been in the leadership of the outgoing president, Jay, who put a good manifesto for the current changes up to have a presidential debate in these elections, which are coming on Friday. But I've analyzed and to see that why am I competent to stand for the position to bring changes. And the changes here, we should remember that we are all students. And the student council, we should be proud of it because we have different issues which tackles we as students. Now, the student council is the bridge to solve those problems and issues to the administration. So, my aim is to create whereby PSPS should be a proper place with unit as regarding that we are a multicultural nation school. People come from different continents with different culture, as my colleague Garden said. So my mission is to represent the interests of my fellow students on their will, especially academic and social issues. When you come here as a first semester, during the first month, there are a lot of problems you face. How to communicate, how to know the daily routines, how to know the timetables, how do you cope up with the situation. So I'm contesting in order to represent the interest of our students. My vision is categorized in 4 major issues, which is relevant, influential, innovative, and independent. I want currently the student council leadership to be independent, because when it is independent, it can fight for the rights of we students. But I want to be innovative in terms of removing this boundary which people presuppose it exists, but of Africa-Asia issue, which is an hot issue, people presuppose because I have not evidenced, but it's there. So to be innovative, to create issues of sports whereby people can socialize, and to know that we are coming from different levels of different culture, but when we are here, we are as one family. And that is my aim, to create one family, whereby we can express our problems. But also, I will have the values in my leadership. My values will be in 5 major issues, which are cooperation, integrity, dedication, ethics, and communication. Now, what am I going to do? There are problems whereby the student council now, it can be seen as not functioning because the duties, responsibilities, and the function are not seen to us. That's why even you find when people are going to pay for student council, they pay few because they don't see its liveness. Now, why don't we see its liveness? The previous government has created code of conduct, which we all of us don't know. But it's there, which has helped us to reach here today. I will draft, with my legal expertise, draft a good independent student government constitution, which will specify the duties, responsibilities of the student council to fight for our welfare here, so that we can succeed. So I will end up by saying that I need your votes. I'm asking for your votes in order to implement RAEOO leadership model, where is A for advocate of change, E engagement stakeholder students and administrators, I integrate, O organization system, and U understanding. Let us create a union to be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, David. So, welcome to those who came in a bit late. We have heard from both our candidates, their visions, their intentions. Now we're going to go into the question section. We have some questions here. Okay, so the candidates You'll go one at a time, pick one, I'll read, and you'll respond. Okay? So let's start with Kerry. Okay, so this question, how are you going to facilitate cultural exchange between foreign students and Koreans?
Okay. Thank you. Well, I have thought in mind of having an activity where we can all have, by the end of the month, we'll have a social evening, social event, wherein each one of us will be gathered together and share their culture. This may be, this may go into options, wherein the first one would be same nations of the same country, same people of the same country will gather together, present in their culture and what they have to each and every one of us. Or the other one is to distribute each one of us, to divide each one of us, like let's say Ghana, one from the Philippines, one from Indonesia, and they will group together, they will be gathered together, and then from there, they will share their pick a country. Maybe we assign a country, let's say Korea, because we are in Korea. And then they will do their research, and from there, they will present it in front of everybody. I think in that way, we will not only learn the Korean culture, because definitely Korean culture, we are learning it from our activities, field trips. We are learning it everywhere. I believe you all have an experience of going outside that is also learning Korean culture. And you have eaten the bibimbap already, right? Right? Yeah, that's Korean culture as well. So that's pretty much how I would address it by having a cultural event. Thank you.
Your question, how are you going to strengthen the relationship between professors and students?
Thank you for the question. It's very important for the student council to stand as a bridge between professors and students. Because we students, we came here for academic purpose. But how do we pursue our academic purpose if we don't have a good relationship with the professors? First of all, there was used the form of having caucus meetings between major professors or advisors for the majors who sits once in a semester to listen to students' problem. But this time, our real strength is that we need to create those more meetings with these professors. Specifically, by creating a good strategic channel of the communication, which will be facilitated by the student council, which will be aided by me after you vote, so that to ease it and have a precious communication between the professors and students. Because without that, obviously our academic purpose here is very difficult, including by placing the caucus meetings between the faculties or majors and the students of a particular major. Thank you.
Thank you, Kerry. In the situation where there are not enough funds, how would you attend to solve a student's problem if it's financially related?
Okay. Well, I've had this experience before here at PSTS where for the IDC we wanted to have a major gathering, and since it was only new for us, of course we needed fun. And then that not everyone, all of us had paid their student council fees because it was just new, really, and it's understandable. So in order to address that issue, we can always run to the office, and the office is always there to help us. For that, what I did and what I will do if ever that scenario would happen again is to run to the office, ask for their sponsorship, or, yes, Jay, or I would ask each and every one of us to contribute. Because what we have here at PSPS is cooperation as well. And by contributing what you have, even just for $1 or 1,001, back one, it's fine. We are able to get some money, and then we'll use that money appropriately and get the treasurer. I believe we can have a treasurer who is responsible enough and knows enough how to handle money. So that's how I would do it. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Can you give us 2 innovations that you will bring to the Student Council?
Wow. It's a very good question. My leadership slogan says it's reunion and change. The first innovation I'll bring is to increase more sport activities which will socialize us being here. For example, basketball, volleyball, and football activities. Second, on terms of culture, I want to introduce Miss and Mr. PSPS competition.
Really good.
And third, this is very important because it will make us more to socialize and also to see different cultures, which will all help that boundary between the Asians, Africans, Latin Americans to go away so that we can be as one. The last, it will be the first leadership when he forced me to have a proper constitution for the student union. First, because PSPS is growing. It started from few students. Now we are going we are going to 200. So we need to have a proper constitution which all students will know the responsibilities and the duties of their union so that they can have a back on it in whatever problem that may occur. Thank you.
Thank you. For the students who came in late, jot down your questions so that when we reach the section for the audience question, then I can have your questions. Okay, so start writing down your questions. How would you advertise or promote PSPS in the Youngnam University?
Youngnam University. Okay. This is just an option. We may continue the relationship that was strengthened by our president between the IDC major, was it IDC? Or the Saemaul students from the undergrad, and us. On another note, to advertise it, perhaps create activities that would, or join in events, school festivals, perform, show what we have. Not only to the PSPS, because that's what is happening right now. PSPS has been only limited to PSPS only. And the school has events where we don't get to join and showcase what we have. So maybe we can join in those events. That way we can promote PSPS to them as well.